welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena, we're playing Oops All Chandras. Lots of Chandras. Chandras as far as the eye can see. This is a kind of big red Planeswalker take on the Chandra strategy, and it's just Chandras all over the place with a little help from her homie Sarkhan the Masterless. So what we have in M20, Core Set 2020, is a Chandra-themed set where they explore Chandra at three phases of Chandra's life. We have Chandra the Acolyte of Flame, Chandra the Novice Pyromancer, and Chandra Awakened Inferno. So that's three Chandra Planeswalkers. From the previous War of the Spark set, we have Chandra the Fire Artisan, and that means that we get to run 13 Planeswalkers and then make it 17 Planeswalkers when we add Sarkhan the Masterless to make Chandra turn into a dragon and fly, which sounds like it could be a pretty fun part of the lore itself. And Chandra Acolyte of Flame puts loyalty counters on each red Planeswalker we control. For a 0, creates 1/1 elemental tokens with haste, and for a -2, flashes back an instant or sorcery with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. There is one other card I'm going to add to this deck because I think I have to. Why wouldn't I add a Jaya Ballard? Well, it doesn't really play with most of the deck, but for thematic reasons, I think I just want to get this card in there. I mean, we're going to play a story of Chandra's life without Jaya Ballard. If you follow the lore, this is like her mentor who's going to make her really good at stuff. Her Obi-Wan Kenobi, her Yoda, etc. Anyway, references. So the Novice Pyromancer for a minus will add 2 red, and for a plus will give elementals +2/+0 until end of turn. The -2 is that the Pyromancer deals 2 damage to any target. And then Awakened Inferno is this giant block of text. If you didn't hear about me gushing over this card in the set review, it just does a lot of amazing things. The -3 does 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. In a deck like this that doesn't run elemental creatures, that's kind of a bad thing because there's actually a lot of elementals in the format right now, and this can't kill them that way. But the -X deals X damage to a creature or planeswalker and exiles it, so maybe we can use that to kill an Omnath that's sticking around. The +2 for the emblem, eventually the opponent will die from that experience. It will be great. I'll trim one Novice Pyromancer for a Jaya Ballard. Seems like a good trade, a Novice for a Master like Jaya. Then we've also got the Goblin Chain Whirler because we're running all red and our opponent's go wide strategy might need to get blown up. Chandra's Triumph takes the place of Lightning Strike because it can deal 5 damage to a permanent if you control a Chandra Planeswalker. Chandra's Regulator takes the place of a card like Treasure Map to help us smooth out our draws, and also the ability to pay 1 to copy one of our Chandra's abilities. Planeswalker abilities could be very helpful. The Ember Cat is here to help us cast our Chandras ahead of schedule, so that's our 2-drop play. You could also run, I've seen some people running Runaway Steamkin in this deck. I get it. It's probably better than the cat, but I'm doing it. And then we have Shock to kill the early plays from our opponent. So I don't usually play mono red. If we're going to do it, let's get it done with this crazy Chandra build, and let's go have some fun. Hey guys, let's take a quick break to talk about Flipside Gaming's Core 2020 Booster Box giveaway. From now until July 15th, you can win an entire box of M20 for free if you follow these steps. Number 1, find $10 or more worth of stuff at flipsidegaming.com that you like. Easy. They have singles, they have sealed product, and they have all the gaming supplies you need. So, number 2. Use the promo code CGB before checkout. This saves you 10% and it supports the channel at the same time. Number 3, complete your order. That's it. Even a mono red player can figure it out. Please check out the links in the description to read the giveaway's rules and conditions, and thank you for supporting the channel. May the best mage win. We have no removal spells. We have a Regulator and a Curve of Planeswalker Hell. If the opponent's on a control deck, we have a chance. If not, we're on the draw and we just might straight up get beat, but I'll give it a try. It's not a balanced hand. I'm not really sure what I expected running Oops All Chandras, but here we go. It's a hand that does nothing for a long time, and then plays planeswalkers that it can't protect. Yeah, that doesn't sound good, does it? Especially on the draw. Alright, let's get the regulator out here. And our opponent's going to have this nice explore curve that's going to beat the crap out of our planeswalkers. Yep, at least they're shocking themselves a little. I mean, command the Dreadhorde type stuff. Opponent bins 2 things there. So it's probably better to discard a card so I can play a Novice next turn and kill the Branchwalker at least. But I think on the draw here I'm just dead. Playing this and just zeroing it is really bad. So instead I'm going to discard it. And maybe we hit a removal spell. No, another Mountain's fine though. Like I said, now I can play the Novice and at least kill something. The opponent binned 2 Tamios but has the land. That tells me they have another Tamio, right? Oh, Vraska. That's annoying. I wonder if you want to kill the regulator. They sure do. They sure want to kill the regulator. Alright. Come on down. Let's kill off one of these creatures. At least get something off the board here. If the opponent attacks down the Chandra, okay, I guess. If I play the Sarkhan and make a dragon, the Vraska can minus to kill the dragon. Then at least Vraska goes to the graveyard from the experience. But yeah, pretty much from the get-go, without the removal spells, we were doomed, and we still haven't drawn one, which is tilting. But let's see, do we make the 4/4? At least we would force the Vraska to go to the graveyard. Our opponent has 16 life though. Command the Dreadhorde, they can bring all this back. I don't think we can afford to play around Command the Dreadhorde. I wonder if we just... we could double Chandra. What does that even do? Next turn, I guess I could Sarkhan attack the Golgari Queen. It's not great. It's definitely not great. It's a rough life. But I guess we'll make our opponent choose what to attack. And what to destroy. She's talking and talking and talking. All right. Loyalty counter on each red thingy.
Fire spreads fast with help.
So Vraska can minus to kill the Acolyte of Flame, but the Jade Light Ranger can't attack down the Novice. And at least we have that going for us. Novice can make mana next turn, play other Chandra. Or play Sarkhan. We'll see. Alrighty. Little Chandra down. Okay, the opponent does want to focus on our Planeswalkers. We could hope that their hand is a little soft now, and maybe it is. Right, mana. Other Chandra. Let's see what we hit. Great. Just what we needed. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty strong. Alright, that's the impression I'm definitely getting. That this isn't a fight we're going to win. Can't seem to hit nothing. Alright, I'm gonna try to hit a removal spell for the Jade Light Ranger. I guess I could go ahead and make a dragon. I guess that's better. Just feels very defeated because all they have to do is remove it and I lose everything, including the game, but I guess that's better than trying to hit off the Chandra. And that will do. The opponent can minus the Vraska, kill the dragon, and attack me for lethal. In a game that we had all the Chandras, but we definitely never got to compete in without removal spells. So interesting that these Chandras aren't good at killing things. That's going to be something we'll have to watch for in these games. Okay, now we have some Chandra's Triumph, and we're on the draw again. Our opponent is friendly. We'll give them a chance. I'm a little bit concerned. 3. Where were they in the last game? And now our opponent has no creature to Zorch. Now they're just ramping. Doing gross stuff, probably. And our mid-rangey stuff will look really ugly if they don't play a creature. How about a Risen Reef? At least give me something. Give me something to torch. Okay, there we go. Yeah! That'll show them. Out of there. Alright. Chain Whirler, let's do things. Show them what our cat can do. That'll distract them. You didn't see this coming, did you? The mind games. Just thermonuclear kitty. See, they're too distracted. They can't even make a play. Oh, they went to make a play. Oh, the kitty went crazy when they went to make their play. All right. I'm wild. So let's see what happens here. Nothing. So I could kill this, but I think that getting a Chandra down is just better. I might regret this a lot, letting this live, but it hasn't achieved what I would call like runaway Steamkin status or anything. But what about Nissa? If our opponent untaps, plays Nissa, plays the land, they can make 4-powered land creature along with the Sage, and they can attack down my Chandra brutally. Let's say go. Let's wait till our opponent tries to take advantage of the Sage somehow. All right, proliferate nothing, never mind. I take my chances. Okay, then. Don't think they can do anything with their proliferate here. But I can kill all their thingies. No, I can't. It's too big. Alright. Too bad. I'm an idiot. I should have played the Chandra. The opponent says nice. I don't feel nice. Don't feel nice. I thought it did 5. It doesn't. It has to have a Chandra on the battlefield for that to work. Alright, we hit a mountain. Let's do stuff. It becomes so sloppy at the game. Part of it's new cards and part of it is just, I don't know. I think I'm becoming a casual. I'm just not beating myself up for it anymore. It used to be like the end of my day if I made a misplay. You could say maybe I'm just healthier now mentally, but I do kind of miss being a spike. All right, let's go ahead and shock away a Sage. The opponent might be able to frill, Mystic, or negate. They do negate. They're probably going to regret that, because here's Big Brother. We'll make some dragon. And we'll leave our creatures back to defend against these Sages. We don't want to lose a Planeswalker because the opponent removed the dragon. Or if they do remove the dragon, at least blocking an Evolution Sage, we can put a real price on their attack. The Evolution Sages are not treating our opponent well. The only thing we've seen for them to proliferate onto are the Crassus. We can be sure that Nissa is in the deck, but it hasn't showed up yet. And there's a Bio-Essence Hydra with no counters. It's so sad. It's just the saddest. Alright. What we got? It's gonna be really bad for you. Not bad. So the -3 can definitely kill our own Chain Whirler. It leaves the dragon alive. We could attack first and see what happens. Let's try that.
I summon you.
If the opponent blocks with the Hydra, we can sweep their whole board with the Awakened Inferno. And they see that coming, it appears. So they're going to double block with Evolution Sage, which that works too. But we got our opponent to 7 now, and they have these creatures. So we play our Inferno. It's awakened stuff. And I think the right thing is just now, because of the way that the opponent blocked, we can put it up to 8, which can survive this attack. And now our opponent has an emblem that's going to start wearing them down to try to end the game. And they have a lot of Planeswalkers to deal with. Now, Mass Manipulation can steal 2 of them. and then they could attack down a third, so that's got to be their best play, but that still leaves a dragon behind, and the opponent's going to scoop it up. I don't think their deck clearly didn't pull the Planeswalkers and do what it wanted to do. All right, we have a kitty and we're on the play. Like, this hasn't happened to me before. I don't know what's happening, but we're against somebody who's playing mono red because that's what everybody with these sleeves plays. Oh, defying expectations. Next level. Here, kitty kitty. It's you. You're in the game. I know. Isn't that great? Light it up. Yeah. Show him what's up. Get scared. A message of intimidation. Opponent with a turn 2 war boss. Okay. Nam says kitty. Think we'll send the kitty in and play a Chain Whirler to get rid of that elf. So if the opponent wants to trade with a war boss, I'm pretty happy about it. Yeah. What you got? Just throw them off their game. Just spaz our cat. Catzilla. Alright. And now we get him. Get that elf out of here. Let's see if the war boss, if the opponent has a way to remove this Chain Whirler, and then they get to send in with their war boss. It would be pretty negative for me overall, but no, it's a Domri.
We won't answer to other guilds.
They won't answer to other guilds. Alright. This has to attack. I wonder if the opponent is willing to trade their war boss to keep their Domri. Nom. So we know the opponent's low on removal. Ooh, that draw. Well, now we can send both. If the opponent blocks to save their Domri, we can still kill their Domri. We could just not send the cat. It's an option, but I do want to get, like, trading it for that war boss feels pretty good. The 4th mana right now is used for Chandra, which is nice and all, but we don't need it. So let's see what the opponent does. They will watch their...
I'll be back after I've licked my wounds.
They will watch their Anarch of Bolas fall into the Aether. So I think we just play the other Chain Whirler. The opponent couldn't deal with the first one, so I don't think they have a removal spell for it. And it keeps the war boss at bay. Keeps him from pumping his tokens. If I was going to play the Chain Whirler anyway, they say CGB, why didn't you just attack the cat at face? I did want the opponent to block with the war boss. Some people defend their planeswalkers too much. So I was trying to give them a chance to make the bad play that I really, really wanted them to make. All right, that token gets nommed. Land off the top is pretty good. We could tap our kitty to play a Chandra. I think that's great, because we might hit a land with it.
You and I are gonna take them out.
We might also hit a shock, and we do hit the land.
It's you burning.
All right, we are defensing up around our Chandra. Let's see how the opponent wants to play it. If they can remove some Chain Whirlers, they're in a very good position, because the war boss gets in and starts pumping the tokens. We still don't have a removal spell to copy with our Acolyte of Flame. We do need to find one. And I'm starting to feel like this deck needs some Fight with Fire as well. So right now we have 4 Chandra's Triumph and 4 Shock. And I have often been in a spot where I have nothing good to flash back with my Acolyte of Flame. So we need some Fight with Fire in here. It's gotta be some Fight with Fire. There's a Nissa. It can make a land, but we can block it if it attacks with the Chain Whirler. So instead the opponent's going to play out another critter. That token must attack. They're going to have a ton of mana, but they don't have a ton to do with it. The Chain Whirlers are doing a really good job at holding this thing together, as long as our opponent doesn't draw removal. Alright, we could play the Regulator and copy this ability. I just don't think that that's worth it. Not right now. So we hit another land. So we should play the Regulator for sure. This can put another counter on a Chandra. Could we have ultimated this turn? No, because we still had to plus the Chandra. Oh, I guess we could have gone Acolyte, Acolyte to do it. I don't like that very much, though, to be honest. Let's use it here. I guess if I'm going to use this, do I want to tap my cat? The opponent kind of has to attack the fire artisan now. If I tap my cat, then it's one less blocker. I don't think that's worth it to get one hit off the regulator, to be honest. So we'll play a little Acolyte of Flame Chandra, and we'll 0. And we'll say no attacks and see if the opponent can get to Chandra Fire Artisan. But that's another thing. I could have copied this to put 2 loyalty counters on the Chandra. I don't know if ultimating it, though, would be lethal. We don't have burn spells like the other red deck does. Our opponent's going to have to throw a lot away, though, if they want to get to this Chandra. Like, a lot. Like, a lot of their land, which I know they don't want to throw away. Here we go. Holy cow. Do they send a war boss as well? They... Meow. What, you want attention? Let's show them we're ready for battle. Let's hope that last card isn't a Collision Colossus or something like that. I'll show them how combat prepared we are. We're so hyped right now. Alright. So we need to defend this. And this is what's coming for it. Where are you going? Here? Alright. You can block there. You can block there. The cat doesn't have a good block. What's still going here? I guess there's 7 damage still going here. And this is going there. So... And this is going there. But killing the land is pretty priority. Where are you going? Here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 7. The opponent will take 7 damage. They'll have 1 blocker left over, which I can't remove yet. But we can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which means the elf has to chump. And if we draw a shock, it's lethal. I could keep my cat and make sure that I also save the other Chandra. I think I take this, though. I think that keeping the cat and being able to present lethal is good. I could also kill the Nissa. I have to kill the Nissa because the opponent has hexproof on their turn from the Gruul Spellbreaker. Good to know. Important stuff. Important information there that we had to kill the Nissa. So knowing that, would I go back and block with the cat? I don't think that changes anything. And our opponent's also playing the regulator. It's kind of interesting. I still have nothing in the graveyard to flash back. Let's try regulating first. Maybe we'll draw something better with our turn. Okay. I'm getting played. I'm getting so played. All right. Let's make the elementals. Let's pay the 1 to make additional elementals and get some damage in. And yeah, I'll just send a quick little 4 points of damage message to the opponent. They draw another Spellbreaker. Alright, anybody else want to go after the Acolyte? If the opponent wants to throw some stuff at it, that's pretty good, right? Okay. Everybody wants to kill it. So, who does... I guess we really want to kill you. And we want to kill you. And the kitty doesn't want to die. So, yeah. This is good. The opponent doesn't know we have yet another, but we are the All Chandra deck after all.
Consider this bridge burned.
Oh my goodness, the draw. Come on now. Okay. Okay. So I could pump this up to 6. I think I want to go with the Elementals road again, though. Yep, let's pay.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Just keep getting a whole bunch, get some damage through. If we eventually draw Chandra's Triumph, and if the opponent keeps turning their creatures sideways to attack the Acolyte of Flame, do I play the land? I think I hold it. Something else to regulate next turn. My cat's not happy. You kitty kitty. There you go. There you go. Alright, that can pump elementals, or it can minus to deal 2 damage to any target. You wouldn't kill your own cat, would you? Honestly, the cat hasn't done much on this board. It's fine if the cat needs to die, but you wouldn't kill your own Ember Cat. You would not put down your own Ember Cat, Chandra. No. No. No, you can't do it, kitty. No. 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 Oh, we can copy it with the regulator. Can we? No, we don't have the mana. Oh, sad kitty.
Hold on.
You killed your own cat. You monster. The world will never forgive you. Is it legendary? It must be, right? Okay. I swear our top decks have to be about the worst possible since we've been regulating. So we can't make great attacks right now with the elementals. Unless we also throw in the Chain Whirler. If we throw in the Chain Whirler, they'll get eaten by the Spellbreaker. It's not a good deal. So I guess we're doing this. But yeah, I swear my top decks are that bad. So what I should have done is played second regulator probably to draw another card. Just to get deeper as things slowly fall apart. And here comes killing the Chain Whirler.
I call my fists Pyromaster and Firebrand.
Okay. Is that it? Alright, no blocks. Just another dead Acolyte of Flame, and we've drawn all 4 of them and drawn none of the spells to use with them on the minus. It's so tilting. This whole game would have been so different with one Chandra's Triumph at any point. Okay. I mean, we've regulated all we can, but this draw was about born to be terrible. It's just, there's nothing else to be done. So I can make 4 1/1s and we can get the Novice off the battlefield, but what does Novice do? Plus is Elementals. There are no Elementals. So our opponent can't do much with it next turn. If we play this now, it will get attacked down by the Spellbreakers. It makes our opponent tap their cards. I think I'm just going to pass the turn. Hold on to this. We've had our opponent stuck on 2 land for a long time. It doesn't seem to matter. They're able to get mana from their Chandra. They're able to just get mana from their Dorks. And our draw has been just criminally bad.
Here, have some of that magic stuff. Okay, so reach into that ley line thing.
Wow. Just endless Chandra nonsense. I like it. So now you can regulate, copy, kill the Chain Whirler, and I'm down to nothing. I'm down to real nothing. Of course, if we draw big Chandra with the regulator, we can sweep their board, and that would absolutely turn the game around. Okay. I mean, I'll block your Paradise Druid and take you off some mana. But it's down to 1 big draw step. Shock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what we can regulate into. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, Mountain. All right. Well, that's no fun. So we're at 8. We can't defend ourselves well. We can triple shock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then minus for 8. The opponent has lethal if they see it.
I'm happy as a hellion to start some fires.
Oh wait, duplicating the bring back ability will still only hit one thing. Yeah, we can't even double shock. Like, we duplicate this ability, but we only have one target. Like, if we pay 1 here, you see, it won't copy it. It took us that huge amount of our deck. See? It's just 1, so it doesn't work. So we'll just shock ourselves.
Yeah, I like to think on my feet.
And we'll leave. Don't know why the opponent's probably like, what's going on? Ugh. That game was heart-wrenching. I'm so sad. Okay, here we are. A hand of Chandra's Regulator and a Triumph and 2 Sarkans. I don't love 2 Sarkans, but we can regulate that a little bit. Being on the play is okay. We actually have a removal spell. Let's give it a whirl. Turn 2 Regulator can be fun, just to get that rummage effect going. Even though we don't have a Chandra yet. Unlike Treasure Map, doing it on the upkeep doesn't make a lot of sense because it's not a scry effect, it's a draw effect. So we may as well draw our card and get as much information as possible before regulation. Alright, Growth Chamber Guardian. The opponent can play their mana games where they don't want to spend mana, they just want to attack, and we threaten the Triumph, and if they go for using the mana, we Triumph in response. Some people like to avoid the game, and some people like to play the game. So if our opponent just does nothing and attacks for 2, and we're regulating in the meantime, we've got to be pretty happy about it. So I think I want to play the game. Now we'll see if I get punished. We will see if the opponent chooses to punish me in some way, but if they tap their mana to play another creature, we kill the other creature. If they use their mana to pump their Guardian, we respond with a Triumph. And here comes a Domri. So before that makes a mana, I guess it can't make enough mana to pump the Guardian anymore. Let's at least let the ability go on the stack and then use the Triumph.
Nothing like a bit of fun.
Okay. Kill it. Could have also shot the Domri, which is one of the things about Chandra's Triumph. But, you know, if they had entered the attack step and given us priority before this went to 4, we'd have at least had that option. That's why I waited on the Triumph, since some people I'm sure are going to ask. Alright, what do we want to regulate? I think that dropping one of these Sarkans is fine, although making a lot of dragons sounds pretty nice. A Chain Whirler here doesn't do too much and dies to a Lightning Strike and a lot of fight effects. But I still think it's better than doing nothing next turn. Tough call, tough call. Okay, another Triumph. Let's get a mountain down. Let's Chain Whirl at Domri a little. Keep him in check. Pass and decide how to use this regulator. We want to hit our land pretty badly to get our dragon on. But do I really want to drop off a Triumph? The second Chain Whirler is actually even better, a lot better than the first if the opponent can't remove it. But it really depends. What do they play this turn? Lava Coil. Okay. Spellbreaker. Let's see what they do with it. They put a counter on it. Maybe I'm supposed to discard the Sarkin. Next turn I could draw a land and Chain Whirler and Chandra's Triumph to take out the Domri. The Sarkin might be really hard to defend. The dragon might just get lava coiled and then Sarkin gets attacked. That's not very good. Kind of surprised by this, but I think it might be right given the situation. We really need to draw Chandra so that one of these can kill this Spellbreaker. But we did draw the land, so we can play our Goblin Chain Whirler. Oh, we can kill the Spellbreaker now. I was going to kill the Domri, though. Domri fighting is pretty negative, taking our Chain Whirler out. I think it's the Spellbreaker, though. That's a tough call. What would you have killed, the Spellbreaker or the Domri? The Domri's a good card, but the opponent didn't play a 5-drop with mana last turn. They played a Spellbreaker, which tells me they don't have a big monster to play right now, which means maybe I can get in and attack down this Domri. Okay, that's frustrating because now the opponent can make the mana and grow this right away. My cat wants attention. Hi. I need it. It needs the attention. This game is going poorly. Maybe we'll draw a Chandra to combine with the Triumph. I think that would be a pretty good rip. But this deck just wants Sarkin really bad. Alright, so, well, if we make a dragon and the opponent attacks with their Growth Chamber Guardian and the dragon's around, it could just die. Maybe we give our opponent the opportunity to make that big boo-boo. That big mistake. Because what happens is a Sarkin passive would have this dragon deal a damage to Growth Chamber Guardian, then the first striking Chain Whirler could block and kill it. Could be a thing. Although, with my opponent's hand, I still think they have another removal spell, which is one reason I don't like the Sarkin much right now. Alright, please attack the Sarkin. Please forget about the passive and attack the Sarkin. If they kill the dragon, though, it's a very sad day. Okay. Please attack the Sarkin. One time. Please attack the Sarkin. Do it. Do it. No! They know how cards work. It's not okay. But we drew a Chandra, which can minus to make mana and cast a Chandra's Triumph. Sarkin can fly over, kill the Bolus. It's pretty good. If we minus, we can pay to have 4 mana with the Regulator, but there's nothing to discard, so it doesn't make sense. Alright, down with Domri. I wouldn't be surprised if our opponent had another. How about if we minus the Chandra to kill a Growth Chamber Guardian because we can copy the ability with the Regulator and we save the Triumph? I don't think that's terrible. And the opponent did not kill the dragon last turn, which means they may not have that ability.
I need to be free.
So now double Chandra. Remove the crab people. Get the most out of the Chandras when we got them. That's the plan. We got to work our way through a Growth Chamber chain of absolute beatings. We do have a lot of damage next turn if the opponent doesn't deal with this Sarkin, and they're tapping 5. What do they have? Nissa, who shakes the MFing world.
Which cannot protect itself.
Okay. Well, that only makes a 3/3. What's the attack? Okay. We can't save the Chandra, but we can eat the land. I think we've got to eat the land, since we can't protect Chandra anyway.
Powers always lead to destruction.
So, plussing Sarkin, attacking Nissa seems great. We can hold up mana to kill the Growth Chamber Guardian if the opponent doesn't have a 6th land. If they do, they can double activate it. Oh wait, there's only one left. We could play another Chandra and copy the ability and exile 2 cards, but only one, would be playable, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to copy the ability. Has to be a Chandra Planeswalker, right? It does. Alright. I think a Triumph on this, we may as well just do it now if that's the plan. Leave the opponent with a 4/4. Do this before they can... Chandra's Triumph this before they can grow it. Because if they play another land, they can grow it twice in response to the Triumph. So just get it gone. Now it's a 4/4 versus these. It is sad that we lose our Sarkin. But we has a dragon. I guess I could have kept a 4/4 back, but then the 2/2 would still be on the battlefield if I use the Chandra's Triumph and the attack here. That's frustrating.
Strange and magnificent world.
We'll have to figure out how to deal 2 more damage to the Nissa, or it's going to stick around.
Nature's true power.
And we're getting ground out by an epic Planeswalker. Ooh, double attacks.
Listen to them roar.
I could try to hit if I hit exactly another Chandra's Triumph, I could keep it alive. But I don't think it's worth it. Now this Chandra coming down is just extra cards, and it probably won't last long against our opponent, but hopefully it's a nice tempo shift. where the opponent has to respect it somehow. If they kill it, they take a lot of damage. They might just go face, though. The Acolyte of Flame. Well, we can duplicate the ability to... No, we can't. We don't have enough mana. We can play this and bring back a Chandra's Triumph to deal 5 damage to something. We can't duplicate the ability because we have to spend the 2 mana on the Triumph. So we could kill the Nissa. Or we could just play this Chandra. Try to absorb a lot of damage. That Nissa is a big problem. Right now, though, we can block everything except this 4/4. So if we hold this back, the opponent might just have to run their lands into getting rid of this Chandra, which I guess is fine. So let's try this. I don't think I can race my opponent in their current situation, but I can force them into some tough plays. Decline, right? It's not cast it for 0. Right. So I have to decline. One more land would have made a big difference, though. You down. The Thorn Lieutenant's a big pain, too. And maybe that was a good reason to hold it back, because they can pump it with the Nissa. They have no lack of land. Do they have another good card here? That's pretty good. The opponent can pump the Thorn Lieutenant, then have it fight the dragon, and I'm pretty much dead. The strength of these cards is very established. The strength of all Chandras, I think we're showing they are not as good planeswalkers as these are. Because I don't think that perfect play would have saved me. I think that Nissa and Domri are showing why they get played in this deck instead of Sarkhan and instead of Chandras. So while we can run a lot of Chandras, it is certainly an option we have. People like freaking out about Chandra Tribal. I don't think they compete. So this is just kind of an adios as we're trying out the regulator, exiling 2 things. And neither can be cast. So good game, please just kill me. Let the opponent get the job done. Nope, they just have to take more game actions than they need to. Try to give them an out. Alright, let's move along. Alright, so my competitive review of Chandra Tribal. Gonna give it probably a C or a D in terms of being a competitive deck. If you enjoy Chandra a lot and kind of want to take the Chandra journey, you can play it and play all the Chandra related cards, but it's the Chandra Planeswalkers themselves just don't have the oomph. I think that the 3-mana Chandra will be much better in a Chandra Tribal type deck, and it also needs more spells to use the flashback on, or it needs to pay off the elementals. So I think an elemental tribal deck is a better home. I realize I just said a Chandra Tribal, which is what I just played. Excuse me. I meant an elemental tribal, or a place where you have a lot more spells to flashback to make it good. I don't like 4-mana Chandra very much, but I'll try that with elementals too, because her plus one is elemental related. And big Chandra is of course awesome. We just don't have that many and didn't get to play too many. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there on Chandra Tribal. You can play it to have some fun. I wouldn't take it too seriously. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.